sports fans. Joe Cook here in the sports seat for you this evening for your Wednesday Sportscast. Some good news for the UAF hockey team today. Former Ice Dogs player Jarrett Larson will be transferring from the University of Minnesota to play for UAF. Larson made the Larson Leap a signature move after a goal in the Big Dipper, and Nannett fans can see that at the Carlson Center this winter. The 6'3" forward is transferring from the University of Minnesota, where he only appeared in 12 games in 2 seasons, playing behind a number of NHL draft picks. Larson will pursue a master's degree at UAF. He graduated from Minnesota this spring. While with the Ice Dogs, Larson compiled 80 points in 108 games. And yesterday, the UAF men's basketball team released their 2013-2014 schedule. Schedule highlights include defending their Alaska Invitational title against Fresno Pacific, Mary, and Emporia State in November. The Nooks' first GNAC game is against the Seawolves in Anchorage on December 7th. The first game of 2014 is a home contest against Simon Fraser on January 2nd. On the 4th is the epic rematch of UAF and Western Washington. The Nannocks were the only team to defeat the Vikings in the regular season last year. January does feature a 4-game road trip, the longest of the year, which includes at Seattle Pacific, the defending GNAC champs, and at St. Martin's. 5 of their last 7 games will be at the Patty Center, including the season finale against UAA. The Nannocks bounced back, placing 4th in the GNAC, winning 16 games, 10 in conference, compared to just 5 wins in 2012 with 2 conference W's. They also advanced to the GNAC championship semifinals. Last season, McDurham was the GNAC co-coach of the year, and 3 starters were all GNAC selections. For the full schedule, just go to the sports page on webcenter11.com. After being on top of the ABL standings, the Gold Panthers fell a game behind the Anchorage Bucks after taking a tough extra innings loss to another Anchorage team. It took all night, 15 innings actually, and the Glacier Pilots defeat the Gold Panthers 4-3 in the first game of a 4-game road trip for the Panthers. Alaska had a 3-2 lead at the top of the 11th inning, but in the bottom of the 15th, with the bases loaded, Kevin Garcia brought in the winning runs with a single in Mokai Stadium. The loss snaps a 3-game winning streak for Alaska. Tomorrow, the second-place Gold Panthers face the third-place Mat-Su Miners. Last evening, along the Chena River, a few canoe lovers set out on the local waterways for the second race of the Beaver Sports Tuesday Night Canoe Race Series. Despite the rain, the race started at 7 p.m. by Grail Landing and ended at Chena Pump Small Tracks. The race had canoe and kayak classes. For the men's division, Reese Hahnemann and Carl Hahnemann finished in 1 hour 7 seconds for first. The Seahawks, Ken Leary and Jane LeBlanc, won the mixed class, coming in 1 minute and 7 seconds later. The daddy and daughter team of Greg and Stephanie Wisenhant were first for the kayak class in 1 hour 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Reese Hahnemann is training for the Olympics. The cross-country skier has 9 sponsors, including Power Bar, Oakley, and the Alaska Club. Hahnemann was 3rd in the 2010 National Championships Classic Sprint. The Alaska Pacific and Nordic Ski Club member says canoe racing is a great cross-training workout, but his real training is more intense.
I'm training for cross-country skiing. So last week I was down in Girdwood, training on a glacier up there. So we're skiing 4 to 5 hours a day for a week. And usually I do weeks and weeks and weeks of that in a row.
Since I'm in the front, I set the pace, and he just follows along. When we're in the canoe, I call out when we switch sides. The kayak's a lot slower, but we are far closer to the river, so it's less air resistance, but the canoe is definitely faster.
And tomorrow there will be a couple of holiday sporting events at 1 p.m. at Pioneer Park. The Interior Freight Dog Association will have their annual weight pull. There's a $1,000 purse and trophies for each weight class. There are loan harnesses available, and this event is open for any breed ages 1 through 10. Registration is at 11:15, and handlers meeting is at 12:30. The North Pole Speedway will have races on Military Appreciation Night. The Bandos and Legends cars will be revving their engines on the farthest north paved racetrack. Can Justin Sammons maintain his stronghold in the Bandos class? And who will win the Legends main event race, Sean O'Hara or Dave Bailing? They've been going back and forth since the season started. Races start at 7 p.m. Also, the 28th Independence Day run is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. in Pioneer Park. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for rocking with me for a little while. Stay cool, Alaska. Mike Schultz has your full weather forecast coming up next, and we'll catch you next time.